Hey guys, welcome to ArcTech. So in this video we'll see scope rules in classes. So basically there are two types of scope rules. The first one is global scope rule, another one is local scope rule. So in global scope rule we are defining the class outside every function. Okay, so the class will be defined outside every function, even the main function. Okay, so we are defining it outside every function. Okay, the definition outside occurs outside the bodies of all functions of the program. Now the object of this class can be declared anywhere in the program. So you can create an object of this global class anywhere in the program, inside the function, outside the function, or anywhere in the program. So here is example. This is starting of our program. Then we have class X. Now see, this is okay. Here is main and here is another function, and we are defining class X outside every function. Okay, so therefore this is a global class. After this we are creating object of this class which is defined outside all the functions, therefore this is also a global object. Now inside the main we are creating object of this class, therefore this is also valid because you can create object inside any function. You can create object of global class anywhere. This is valid, this is also valid. We will see about local object in the upcoming slides. Okay, now local class. Now suppose you are defining a class inside a function. Okay, then the class will become local class because that class will be available only to the function we are defining inside. Okay, so the function will can only use the class. No other function can use the class or object of the class. So you can create object of the class only inside this function. You cannot create the object outside the function in which we are defining the class. So here is example. So here we have main, and inside the main, because main is a function, and inside the main we are creating the class Y. So you can only use class Y inside this main. You cannot use it outside the class, outside the function, sorry. So therefore you can create object inside the class, inside the function only. So here we have class Y and we are creating object inside the main function. Now suppose we are creating object outside the main function and inside another function. This is invalid because this class is local to main class. You cannot use this class outside this function. Let us see global object. Now suppose you are defining an object, or you are creating object outside all the functions. Okay, then in this case it is called a global object, and you can use this object anywhere in the program. You can create global object of only global classes. You cannot create global object of local classes. Here is example. We have the starting of the function of the program here. Then we have a class X which is declared outside all the functions. Here is a main function, here is another function, and we are defining this class X outside all the functions. Therefore this is a global class. Now here we are defining object outside all the functions, therefore this is a global object. Now here inside this we are using object 1, that is global object. So we are using it inside main function. This is valid because you can use global object anywhere in the program because it is globally available. After this we are using it again. After this we are using it again in the another function. This is valid because this is a global object, and here again we are using it. So you can use global object anywhere in the program. Same way you can use global class anywhere in the program. Now let us see local class. This is opposite of global class. So suppose you are defining the object, or you are creating the object inside a function. Now in this case the object will be called local object because it is defined inside the function, and this object will be only useful inside the function. You cannot use this object outside the function. Now see here we have a program here. So we have class X here which is defined outside all the functions. Therefore class X is a global class. Here we have main here. Inside the main we have class Y here. So this is another class Y. So this is defined inside the function, therefore this is a local class. Now here we are creating object of X class. X is we are creating it inside the main. Okay, so therefore this is valid because this is a global class. Now we are creating Y OB2. This is valid because this is inside the main function, and Y is local to main, therefore you can create object inside the main. Now we are using this OB1. This is valid because this is global. You can use OB1 here, OB2 here, and OB1. So you can use both of them inside this, but you cannot use object of this class outside this function. Okay, so you can only use this class inside this function. Now see here we have a class X here. which is a global class. Then we have object ob1 here, which is a global object. Then we have main here, and we are creating one more object of x class here. So it is local to main. This object is local to main. Then we are using ob1. This is valid because ob1 is global. So we are using it again. We are using ob2 here. Now ob2 is local to main, so you can use it here. This is also valid because we are using it inside the same function. Now here we have another function. Inside this we are creating ob3, which is a object of global class. This is valid. Now after this we are using ob1, which is a global class. This is also valid. We are using ob1 again. This is valid. Now we are using ob2 here. Now see, ob2 is a local object here because ob2 is defined inside the main function. Therefore ob2 is local here. You cannot use ob2 outside this function, but you are using it here. Therefore this is invalid. Again you are using ob2. This is invalid. Now we are using ob3 here. Now ob3 is local to this function. Therefore this is valid. And again we are using ob3. This is valid because ob3 is available to this function only, and this is valid. So yeah, that's it. Thanks for watching, and do let me know your doubts and queries in the comment section below.